Dear doctor friends, on the occasion of the World Hand Hygiene Day 2023, this is the 15th year we're talking of promoting hand hygiene, which includes hand wash and other components of hygiene. What started as only hand wash day, today we talk of hand hygiene because of the expanded version. Scientifically, we talk of three kinds of hand washing. One, which is called a social requirement, that is for day-to-day activities. Second is something which we call as infection prevention hand washing for people who handle either patients or feeding of young children. Third, of course, is a surgical hand washing, which is basically for the medical professionals in the surgical field. There also one can think of medical people and surgical people. In terms of the washing technique, nothing differs between the two. Now let's take a big background of what general population should be doing to prevent infection for one's own. So I'm looking at three steps. One, what individual does for oneself. Second, what an individual does for his or her own clientele, which could be patients or children. And finally, as a doctor, as a profession, how do we promote hand washing? Today, India ranks almost at the bottom of the hand practicing washing practices, including in medical field, except for post-ablution, that is after using the toilet and before eating, which are in the range of 90 to 99%. Other practices are very limited. Next comes is only when we know that our hand is polluted, we wash 60% of the people. And before preparing the food, 50% of the people who prepare food do wash in India. Now coming back to the medical washing, here the first set of washing practices for the common people when they should wash. Ideally, everybody must wash when you come from outside because you are likely to have touched different areas which you do not know. Second is whenever we cough or blow our nose or sneeze, using our hands. Before making or eating food, after playing with animals, after using toilet or ablution, after playing outdoors, and before and after changing the contact lens. Now for people, for the benefit of whom they serve, here we basically talk of nursing professionals, child care professionals, mothers who are breastfeeding. They need to wash their hands, not only for their benefit, for the people whom they are serving. The surgical hand washing or medical hand washing, then what is the difference? Medical hand washing we always do when we touch our patients, examine them so that we do not transfer the infection from one person to another. In case of surgical hand washing, we wash before we do the procedure. That's the major difference. Keeping these things, what can we do? Now, but we wonder why are we lacking so much as a country? The basic challenges in India are the levels of education of the household head and in turn the family members to understand the urgency and need for hand washing. Second is the income, monthly income and the expenditure, particularly on soap, etc. Most importantly, access to water. The running water is a problem in most of our country, as we know. Even in such a medical institution, running water, particularly at the primary health care, may be a difficult. And sanitation facilities. Availability of soap and water in and around latrine, particularly community latrines, is a big issue. We all know we can prevent at least 5 conditions which create 1/3 of the burden of day-to-day illness, like diarrheal diseases, cholera, worm infestation, hepatitis infections, and child malnutrition. As per the cleanest country in the world 2023, as I told you, India has scored only 18.9 score out of 100, and we rank very badly in the ranking. We are out of the 180 countries, we are in the bottom 5. Then there are sanitizers which got into prominence during COVID-19 pandemic. But let me tell you, sanitizers are an option only when there is no water and soap available. So I repeat, the best practice is to wash our hand with sun. Then using the alcohol-based hand rubs is other alternative when there is nothing available. I wish all the doctors actively participate, because the current year's action points include accelerate action together to save lives, clean your hands. The theme of the current year is together we can accelerate action to prevent infections and antimicrobial resistance in healthcare and build a culture of safety and quality in which hand hygiene is important and must be given high priority. Thank you.